Hi, I'm Chef Diane and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to make a version of a braised oxtail in a Korean barbecue sauce, also known as like a kalbi marinade. And I was inspired by Lady Rosie over at iHeart Recipes. Her version of oxtails in a red wine sauce is super delicious. Make sure you check it out sometime soon. But now on to mine, let's get cooking. First, we're going to add some vegetables to this particular braised dish. I like to use carrots, potatoes, and onions, but you can use turnips, rutabaga, whatever it is that you like. This is probably one of the biggest carrots you'll ever see in your life. And you don't have to use a carrot like this. You can definitely use the already baby peeled carrots, which is fine. The problem is that you don't want to add it too soon because the braised product takes about 3 hours. So your carrots will turn to absolute mush. So make sure that you add your baby carrots probably about an hour before the braise or the ribs or the oxtails are done. I'm not gonna peel my potato. I've already scrubbed and washed it. I like that earthy taste to it, so we're gonna keep the peels on. I'm gonna make sure that my cuts are pretty uniform. That way they're all gonna cook the same way. And that should be enough. Now, potatoes are probably going to be about the same size as the actual carrots. I'm going to add half more because I like me some potatoes, especially when it gets that marinade in it. It's really nice and soft and squishy and it tastes super delicious. And then some onion. We like onion. Onion gives lots of flavor. You want to make sure that the onions are kind of in large chunks because again, this will kind of dissipate after 3 hours of braising. So we're just going to kind of make everything uniform in shape and in that goes. Very easy. Now, get our meat in there. And the one thing I want to impress on you is that both oxtails and short ribs carry a high amount of fat. And by the way, this is what an oxtail looks like if you haven't seen one before. Certain butchers or grocery stores will cut it per order so you can have them like 2 inches thick. I like them that way. And there are other times you find them in the grocery store where they're about a 1/4 inch thick. Don't buy those. Those are pretty, they're not good. Not so much. You don't want this. This is a pretty good size. This means to me about 3 hours. In it goes. Bye-bye. Now this is in the pot, we're gonna make our marinade. The marinade is super, super, super easy. It really is like a Korean barbecue sauce, and the key to this is you make sure you get lots of garlic in it. It gives it both that garlic, soy sauce, sweet flavor to it all at once. All right, so what do I do first? I get my sugar in a bowl. We're looking at about 1.5 to 2 cups of sugar. Hot water always because it makes the dissolving process easier. This is about 2.5 to 3 cups of water. Dissolve the sugar. All right. I like to add some sweetened vinegar, which is a black sweetened vinegar that's usually in Asian supermarkets. This contains cloves, orange peels. It's almost like a balsamic vinegar that you can sub it out at any time, whether it's using a salad or whatever. I like to add it in. It gives it kind of like a nice tart, it's like Worcestershire sauce, but it's really good, flavor to it. Then I get my soy sauce in there. With this amount of water, I like to usually put in about 3.5 cups. Sesame seed oil, 1/4 cup. You don't want to use too much sesame seed oil, it can be very strong. And then we get in our garlic. I have had this garlic press for probably 10 years. It's one of the best ones I've ever had. A lot of times garlic press has those little pieces that come out and those drive me absolutely crazy because you can never find it or it actually gets smushed. And these sometimes break. This one has never broke and I kind of just squish right in and I put about 10 garlic cloves into this bad boy. Or at least until the top part is covered. Again, you can never, ever have too much garlic in your Korean cooking, whether it's your marinade, your stir fries, or whatever it is. Us Koreans believe in one thing, stinky breath. Stinky breath all the time. Seconds. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more, because that looks about right. There we go. In you are. And then I always take my knife, run it through anything that's inside, easy cleaning, and it's good to go. Give it a couple whirlies. Okay, Goes right on top. And basically, that's it. Now that I have the oxtails, the short ribs, and the marinade all together, I'm gonna put on the stove, put a medium simmer flame on that, and let it go for about 2.5 hours. But I'll check it in between to make sure that it's not overcooked. I wanna make sure that the meat is nice and soft and tender, just falling right off that bone. So I'm getting on the stove, we're gonna wait that time and lick our chops while we're waiting. It's been about 3 hours and the short ribs and oxtails are done. They're falling off their bone, and all the marinade is infused into the meat. All right, easy peasy. Inside the mold it goes. I make sure I smash it all around. You can do this with anything, whether it's guacamole, whether it's hummus, it doesn't really matter. You wanna make sure you smash it in. Rice is always sticky, so it's easy to do. And if you feel like you're a little nervous, you can always take some Pam and spray it around so it comes out nice. But as you'll see, as I smush it and mush it, ready, and bam, nice square. Clean up my plate a little bit, and in comes my short ribs and my oxtails. My mouth is watering. Okay, hold on. Get another nice little oxtail right on that side, like so. A couple of the delicious carrots. A few of them potatoes. Now, some sauce. Clean it. And we're good to go. Now this is my favorite time where I get to actually taste what I've made. And I wish you could be here to taste it with me because I know it's gonna be super delicious. First I'm gonna have a bite of this. Look at that. It just kind of peels off. That's just amazing. A nice bite of rice with some sauce. Wait for it. Oh my gosh. Garlic, soy sauce, a little bit of that sugar. Every flavor just bursts in my mouth with the actual melting. The meat is melting. Okay, wait. Now I'm gonna take a bite of that oxtail. I could eat this every day, all day long. One of my favorite things. This is a Korean-style braised short rib and oxtail. You can use either one with kind of like a kalbi marinade, also known as a kalbi-jim. Very traditional, very delicious, and I'm gonna go back to eating. I'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, it's Rosie, and in this video I'm going to share my recipe for oxtails with the red sauce.